Hi, it's Marilyn again, and I want to go through the oils that support the kidney and bladder function. So we're talking about aromatherapy and any oils that you may want to use. So again, you know, the kidneys are yin, so it's very feminine, it's very inward, as opposed to yang, which is out. And also winter affects the bladder, which is the yang aspect as well. So the kidneys, well, what your kidney does, it filters waste from the blood and it sends the waste products down to the bladder for elimination, because we don't just eliminate from the kidneys, we also eliminate from the skin through sweat as well, or secrete through sweat. So but what happens is, in traditional Chinese medicine, they're more worried about what is released energetically. And remember I said about energy. So the kidney is called the root of life because it's a life force we get from our parents at conception. So sometimes you may get, some people have really weak kidneys. It could be at the time their parents' life force is quite weak. So it could affect your Qi, it's called QI. And also includes your adrenals, which sits on top of the kidneys as well. So, you know, your vitality is associated with your kidneys, your kidney function. And really, it's really important that your kidneys are nourished or eliminated as much as possible for you to be, you know, have more health and maintain a balance of health as well. So what we want to look at is balancing our kidneys, because obviously they're eliminating, but we want to nourish and replenish them. You can't put energy, but you can nourish and replenish the energy that's in the kidneys already. And again, the kidneys is, for both men and women, is you know, it's important in terms of sexual vitality. So, you know, the kidneys again is related to the sex organs. So, you know, remember your bladder's right next to the sex organs as well. So the kidney bladder energy is really important that it's maintained, and winter affects that. So you can see what's happening already. If in the old days they ate in season, so their kidney chi was up, and that's why you'd have all these summer babies. If people are losing their libido in the winter, then it's because they're probably, amongst other things like stress, they're out of season. But stress does affect the kidneys. That's why you notice that when people are stressed, they go toilet. Yeah, it's the impact of that. So to balance the kidneys, there's some essential oils. So you've got cinnamon, which is a warming oil. Juniper. Juniper is really good for kidneys, but if you've got kidney dysfunction, you should not be using juniper at all. So you need to check foods as well. So some people have got really, you know, their kidneys are not working, they should not be using juniper, because it's really got a strong diuretic effect. Ginger, black pepper, peppermint, tea tree, rosemary, any of those which are kind of, you know, they're warming oils, so they warm the body. You can have this in your foods as well. They really recommend ginger and cinnamon. Has, you know, like in place of sugar, you can have it in porridge, or you can have these things in seasonings as well. And also, again, if your sexual libido is down, it could impact the kidneys again. So like your lang lang, your jasmine, your neroli, your rose oils, they'll all help bring back the libido. Remember, people say, I don't need sex anymore, I've done it and everything. But what you've got to remember, sexual vitality gets rid of the stress. So sex, making love, gets rid of stress in the body. So it actually helps your kidney function to be having sex, whether it's with yourself or somebody else, it doesn't matter. But it does help. It does take away a lot of the pressure that is on the organs, because if you're not having it, it can divert this. If you're not having it, it just goes straight into stress around the body, where sexual release, orgasm will help any energy, any debris to pass from the kidneys. So that's why it's really important, especially for the kidneys, because that's the area. So you'll get a build-up. You'll get what Chinese call stagnation. So again, if you're not having sex, or you're not active, or you're not warm, using the foods. Again, the oils, patchouli, ylang ylang, jasmine, neroli, rose, sandalwood, those oils will really help massaging in the body. That way it will help de-stress and discharge, because it's a charge we're having from the body. Okay, and again, I think you won't want to be very vigorous and having a lot of movement, exercise, sex, whatever in the winter time. Things have got to be gentle, because it is, remember, it's a restful period, so you're kind of restoring your energy for this crazy spring that comes. So that is oils. So we want to do, you know, balancing. So I'm going to look into herbs. I'm just going to get my notes and look at the different herbs again. You have to be careful with herbs, because sometimes it's best to go to a qualified herbalist, and it should not be in place of any diagnosis. What we do on the 30 world has got nothing to do with getting rid of, replacing medical help. So you've got stuff like celery root, again that eliminates toxins, Erva ursi, which has been really good, soothe and turn the bladder area. Marshmallow root, calm, that's a good diuretic, and it encourages you to urinate. Dandelion root, again, it's very, very good, helps with releasing. Parsley, it helps reduce the build-up of toxins in the kidneys. Now, I don't know if you've seen the parsley water. I actually got it from Miss Blue Raspberry Wind, and she makes up a parsley water with just water in parsley. It's kept in the fridge, and it really helps flush out the toxins. So that's really good for the kidneys. And again, if you've got really weak kidneys, you really have to be careful. There's some other herbs that I've seen here that I kind of identified, but I would really be careful with those. And again, I think definitely also foods, we've covered foods as well. There has been a list of sodium bicarbonate, and I don't know what they're like, but it's really, apparently it's because it's good for infecting. Some places are using it to treat kidney disease. So I'll put a link on that on the page, but that's for you to kind of research. But I hope the basic video kind of gives you enough information. I felt compelled to make this video because I really think that the problems that we have with kidneys are really profound, because it governs fear. And fear is really a powerful misconception and emotion, because when we have fear, it governs all our behaviours. And if we can work on strengthening the kidneys and pass it to our family members, then we can make our environment and our communities a better place. So I felt heart-wise that it was really important to you know, try and put this part about the kidneys and the kidney function in as part of this wellness program. Anyway, that's it. If you've got any questions, just leave them in the question box. Okay, it's Marilyn Fontaine signing off.